Hi guys, and welcome to another tutorial inside of Affinity Designer. Today we're going to look at creating a beautiful looking email signature. Now to better understand what I mean, I'm going to head over to Mail on my Mac. I'm going to come up to the menu bar and click on Mail and go into Preferences. And there's a section here for signatures. Now I'm going to choose my account that I want to add a signature to, hit plus. You can see what it does. It defaults to give me this information. So let's just close that, go to create a new email, and this is what appears. And to be honest, it's defaulting and really sort of giving me my email address and my account name. And even though that's who I am, it's quite boring and quite plain and really doesn't accurately portray who I am with my business and what I do. So let's just close this and let's head back into preferences to delete that, because it's quite boring, to be honest. Here we go. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to head over to Affinity Designer and we're going to look at creating a really nice looking email signature that accurately represents me. So I'm going to go up to the file menu and go new, and I'm going to choose web. Now I need to type in 960 pixels for the width and 150 for the height and hit OK. There we go. So there's our document. So what I'm going to do now is come over to the place image tool and I'm going to locate my icon, my logo, click OK open, and let's just click and drag this in here. Looking good. So there we go, got my logo so far. So now what I want to do is add my web address, my Twitter handle, and maybe some confidentiality information at the bottom. Now you guys, again, you guys can put your own information in there. If you want to add your Instagram account, your Twitter handle or Facebook or whatever social media accounts that you use, at least use something that's going to accurately really represent who you are and your brand. So let's head over to the art text tool and I'm going to click and let's type in web and let's type in my web address. Perfect. Now it's looking too small. I don't like the font. It really doesn't say graphic designer. So let's just come and look at the font size. And what I really like about this, what I'm doing is just hovering. It's actually giving me a live preview in place. Absolutely love this. And let's just choose 36. And let's just change that font. Now I want something that's really going to sort of really say who I am. And I saw a font earlier on that I liked. Here we go. This is the one I saw earlier on, DK Insomniac. Here we go. Now I like that gorgeous looking font. So what I'm going to do now is add my Twitter handle underneath. So I'm going to make sure this text box is selected, and then I'm going to hold down the Option key. I'm going to click and drag, hold down the Shift key to make sure that it's still in line. Triple click 1, 2, 3 to highlight the text, and let's type in Twitter, and let's type in the Twitter handle. Looking good, looking good. So right now I've got my logo, I've got my web address and my Twitter handle. So what I'm gonna do now is add some confidentiality information. And rather than typing this all out again for you guys, I've really done this already inside of Text Edit. So I'm gonna highlight this information, Command C to copy, select the art text tool, click, Command V to paste, and 1, 2, 3, let's triple click to highlight that. Let's change the font to Helvetica New. Let's make this bold, stand out a bit more. Let's change the point size. Oh, this preview is amazing. There we go. Now, I do like these fonts, but I don't think this is sort of conveying that this is important information enough for me. So I'm going to triple click again, 1, 2, 3, to highlight that line of text. And what I'm looking for is to come up here to the character panel up here. And what I'm looking for is this, the caps. Because right now it's set to none. And let's choose all caps. There we go. Click close, and let's have a quick preview of that. There we go. Now I think that stands out a bit more and really conveys that the message they're about to read underneath is really important and more importantly, confidential. Okay, so I'm going to head back over to Text Edit. And I'm going to highlight the rest of this information. Now here, this is a little message. It just says this email and its attachments are confidential, etc., etc. So I'm going to Command C to copy this. And this time inside of Affinity, I'm going to choose the frame text tool. And I'm going to click and drag out a frame down here. There we go. Click inside, Command V to paste. 1, 2, 3, triple click. And let's change this font size. Here we go, something like 10. And alphabetical new, I'm happy with. And let's choose light. There we go. Looking good. Now, one thing that's bothering me and been a bit niggly is this here. The text is not lining up. So I'm going to highlight all of this text again and come over to the Justify tools. And I'm going to choose this option here, Justify left. There we go. Now let's line this up. And one last thing as well. I'm click inside the web address. And let's just move this over a bit so it better lines up with my Twitter handle. There we go. Now I'm going to hold down the Shift key, select my web address, select my Twitter handle and this, and let's align this up horizontally to the left. There we go. Let's just move this around a little bit. There we go. One last check, and I'm really happy with that. Obviously, just make sure that there's no spelling mistakes. And let's go over to the file menu, export. I'm going to choose JPEG, and I'm happy with this quality. Export, and let's call this email signature. There we go, and I'm going to hit save. Let's head back over to Mail, back into the Mail menu, in the menu bar, preferences, under signatures again, choose my email account, plus, and let's name this to strawberry. And let's get rid of this text because it's quite boring. And let's just move this around. What I need to do now is drag that, drag what I just created inside of Affinity inside of this panel. So let's head over to Finder, inside of my folder where I've created that signature. And let's drag this in. Looking good, looking good. Let's close this. And let's go to create a new email to see what that looks like. There we go. So anytime you create an email now, this is now going to appear at the bottom of your email. And definitely, I hope you guys would agree, it looks a lot more professional than what we saw earlier on, where it just had some basic information. So there we go, guys. That's how you create an email signature inside of Affinity Designer and add it to the Mail application on Mac for Apple. Now, I don't know if you guys are using something like Outlook or Hotmail. I haven't tried it out with those clients, but please give it a go and let me know how you guys get on with it. So if you guys have any requests or would like any more information, please feel free to get in touch. Thank you.